Good morning, and welcome to Purdue University Northwest. Will those who are able please stand for the singing of our national anthem? Chancellor Kean, the convocation of Purdue University Northwest's third commencement is assembled. Please be seated.
Good morning. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this commencement exercise, the culmination of Purdue Northwest student success, and indeed one of the proudest days in the lives of our graduates and their families. For today's commencement, some of you have traveled from across town, others from across the world, as well as locations in between. Today is a day of celebration and recognition, a day of applauding achievement, a day of profound reflection, and yes, even perhaps shedding a tear of joy or two. And of course, this is a day of receiving your cherished diploma. Candidates, I applaud you in your hard work, determination, and sacrifice. Parents, grandparents, other family members, I also applaud your hard work and determination and sacrifice. Graduation is not a celebration exclusively for those receiving their diplomas. Before we continue the celebration, I invite our graduate candidates to offer their heartfelt, thankful applause for those who supported you, who may have been parents, family, friends, husbands, wives, children, and others who in various ways made this possible. So, candidates, Purdue Northwest is honored to have some special guests today to help celebrate this graduation. It is my pleasure to welcome the Purdue Northwest Legacy families. Each of these PNW Legacy families has someone who has preceded them in this graduation today. So some of our graduates are second generation, possibly some of our graduates are third generations. So these may be grandparents, parents, brothers, or sisters. We're all very pleased to have you here today and to share the pride with these graduates. Will the Legacy families please stand? It is our hope as the years go on that we will have more and more of our graduates, sons, daughters, and grandchildren coming to receive their degrees as well. My lone instruction of the day is to ask that all in attendance be respectful as we read the names of each candidate, so that each of you will be able to hear the name of your graduate. Thank you for that. Several individuals whose leadership is vital to Purdue Northwest are seated on the platform, and inasmuch as they will not be introduced later, I want to take this opportunity to introduce them to you now. As I do, I will ask them to stand and remain standing. I also invite you to recognize them with applause, but after all have been recognized. Our Grand Marshal is Dr. Jeff Schultz. Vice Chancellor for Administration and Finance, Mr. Stephen Turner. Vice Chancellor for Enrollment Management and Student Services, Dr. Carmen Panalilio. Vice Chancellor for Advancement and the presenter of the candidates, Dr. Regina Biddings-Moreau. Vice Chancellor for Information Services, Mr. Tim Winders. Diploma Marshals, Ms. Cheryl Arroyo and Ms. Roberta Allen. Outstanding dedicated faculty serve the students of Purdue University Northwest. Through teaching, research, and engagement, our faculty enrich learning and further student success. For that, I invite the members of our hardworking faculty to stand and be recognized with your applause. Robert Johnson III joins us this morning as our guest speaker. Robert Johnson is the President, CEO, and co-founder of SimCorp Incorporated. Founded in 1997, SimCorp develops cutting-edge information technology security software. As of 2017, SimCorp is number 75 in the Global Cybersecurity Ventures Top 500 companies to watch. In addition, he is the founder of VelocityWare, which focuses on development, marketing, and distribution of mobile softwares and technology. Mr. Johnson earned his associate degree in computer programming, a bachelor's degree in systems programming, a master's degree in management, all from Purdue University Northwest. He also has served as an instructor at PNW. Mr. Johnson is an inventor and entrepreneur. He has led the development of several patented and patent-pending technologies. He has written numerous articles, been a contributor to books for technology, and developed several commercial software packages. Like so many of our distinguished alumni, Mr. Johnson is very active with the community. He serves as chairman of the board of the Legacy Foundation and serves on the boards of Northwest Indiana Bancorp People's Bank, Methodist Hospitals, and IV Diagnostics. In addition, he serves on the Chancellor's Board of Advisors for Purdue University Northwest, the Advisory Board to Computer Information Technology Department at PNW, and the Department of Computer Information and Systems at Indiana University Northwest. Also on the Board of Advisors of Westward College. Mr. Johnson also sits on the Executive Advisory Board of Abu Dhabi University's College of Business and the Valparaiso University Cybersecurity IT Advisory Council. Mr. Johnson is a fellow of the Northwest Indiana Society for Innovators, and this year, 2017, was inducted into the Northwest Indiana Times Business and Industry Hall of Fame. It really gives me great pleasure to introduce to you our graduate and my friend, Robert Johnson III.
Chancellor Kean, Provost Mueller, Purdue University Northwest, faculty, staff, friends, family, and graduate. I'm honored to have this opportunity to address you today. As a native of Northwest Indiana and a graduate, I consider this a particularly special and personally significant privilege. My worldview and ambitions were heavily shaped by the new era in computing that was accelerated by the efforts of Bill Gates, fueled by the hope and inspired by the dreams of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and grounded in the encouragement and examples set by my incredible parents. I always knew that information technology was the field of my interest. It seemed to be the perfect field because it allowed me to blend both my creative and my analytical sides. I started my efforts to learn about and develop my skills in software development very early in life. So I started doing consulting professionally at age 15. But when it came time to select a university, Purdue University was a logical choice for me. The university had an outstanding computer information systems department that was very tightly aligned with industry. And it seemed to be the perfect fit because it allowed me to both work and consult, all while attending the university as a full-time student. Now, when I entered graduate school, I learned that the College of Business was equally impressive and with faculty beyond reproach. I remember that first day of classes. In fact, I can remember sitting in a room full of strangers and watching as the gray-haired professor, very wise-looking, who was known for his uncompromising standards, Dr. John Maniotis, walked to the front of the room and made this opening statement. Programming is an art, not a science. That statement somehow resounded with me. You know, it made me feel like this is where I needed to be. It affirmed that creativity and ingenuity were the underpinnings of much of the technology that we use today and which will be created in the future. It inspired me with the desire to create and to invent and to design and ultimately become an entrepreneur. Now, Dr. Maniotis was notorious for assigning challenging homework and projects, so his classes were considered quite difficult. However, when I was not taking a class of his, I would sometimes see him in the halls. And he would stop me and ask, well, did you see that IBM did this today? Or that company X just introduced this new form of technology? And if I happened to respond no, he would proceed to instruct me to, well, look it up and tell me what you found out. And this pattern occurred on a regular basis until graduation. And the lesson he was really trying to reinforce was just to never stop learning. A few years after graduation, I started SimCore, and we developed cybersecurity software. One day I received a call from Dr. Maniotis, and he told me he'd like to just stop by and see exactly what we do. And of course, I was glad to hear from him and invited him to the office. We had a great visit, but just before he left, Dr. Maniotis said, okay, so here's your homework assignment. I'd like you to learn more about topic X and give me an update on what you've learned in 2 weeks. I was a little shocked and a little surprised because I wasn't a student anymore. But instead, the words that came out of my mouth were, in fact, okay, no problem, Dr. Maniotis. Dr. Maniotis passed away in 2009, but was a great mentor and reinforced in my mind that learning is a lifetime endeavor. There are 2 types of things that you must continue to learn. Information. You must constantly seek to learn new information that makes you more effective, expands your worldview, and challenges you. And life lessons. You must learn from those lessons in life that shape you and redirect you and help you understand more about yourself. Here's an example that affects my whole team. As a firm that develops cybersecurity software, we attempt to identify and combat cyber threats that literally change and become more sophisticated every day. Without a culture within our company of continuous adaptation and continuous learning, it would not be possible for us to stay competitive, relevant, or effective in our industry. In summary, never stop learning. My mother was my #1 cheerleader. Whether there were hard times or bad times, sad times or good times, she cheered for me through it all. After I lost her to cancer about 9 years ago, I was a bit disoriented. I started realizing that every time I accomplished something positive, it just didn't feel right. Imagine if you were playing in this high-stakes football game and you're running with the ball just a few yards from the goal line, but instead of hearing these roaring cheers from the crowd, there's just silence. Her loss made me take pause and wonder about the merit of any victories without her. I had always been self-motivated, but this was just somehow different. The silence was truly deafening. I learned the cold and sobering reality that it is actually family and friends and loved ones that make any accomplishments worthwhile. You will leave here today poised to take on the world and start new and exciting adventures. Your future is this massive canvas that is painted with vibrant and colorful possibilities. However, no one knows how much time we will have on this earth or with our loved ones. The best way to achieve the objectives that matter in life is to identify the goals that align with your passion, not just the goals that you can accomplish fast. Focus on loving others like you never have in the past and realize, in fact, that every moment could be your last. In summary, never stop cheering. Now, here's something else I'd like to share with you. Our product, Centrac, which is now used to help secure NATO, the Space and Naval Warfare Center, the Chicago Stock Exchange, and many other organizations, it wasn't our first product. We had 2 other products that were not successful. The first iteration of our security product was actually focused directly on manufacturing. And we thought it would be great. We knew that there was a need because we had spent many years helping to automate factories, and all of the ingredients seemed to be there, but one, a budget. We learned the hard way that manufacturing companies at the time didn't have a significant budget to allocate to security, if any. As a result, we were unable to generate sales for this product. For all practical purposes, it was an epic fail. So we decided to go back, re-engineer major portions of our product, and refocus it on the general enterprise market. And that allowed us to turn our story of failure into a story of success. Don't be afraid to fail. Repeatedly. Ideally, the faster you fail, the better. It's an opportunity to propel yourself to that thing that you should be doing. This applies not just to product development, but to all aspects of life. If you are failing in any aspect of life, perhaps a career choice, relationship, academic endeavor, job opportunity, whatever it may be, don't be defined by failure. Be bold enough to try, make adjustments, and then you know what? Try again and again, and then try again. In summary, never stop trying. I'm cheering for you. I am confident that you are all going to do amazing things. In fact, we need you. The world needs you. Northwest Indiana needs you, your talent, and the unique skills you bring. You are the hope that's being released into the world that can ultimately solve some of our most significant challenges, from poverty, climate change, inequities, human rights. Run with that ball. Seek new knowledge, find your passion, and embrace the exciting opportunities that lie ahead, and never stop. Congratulations, Purdue University Northwest class of 2017.
I'm sure that listening to Robert, you understand the intensity in which he has challenged himself and has brought himself to success. When I read the introduction, you probably noted that he serves on many, many boards. I have the privilege of serving with him on the legacy board that he chairs, and I can tell you that the amount of intensity that he brings to his work, he also brings that same passion to giving back to his community. We're so lucky to have him as a graduate of our institution. Please give him one more round of applause. For the introduction of academic degrees, I now invite Professor Saul Lerner, representing the Purdue Northwest faculty, to the podium.
Good morning. Chancellor Keon, Provost Mueller, Mr. Johnson, Vice Chancellors, Deans, colleagues, graduates, and friends, what could be a greater holiday gift than to participate in the commencement of a loved one? I'm honored to be a part of this procedure. The conferral of academic degrees is a critical responsibility, the accomplishment of which signifies that degree represents successfully completing a sufficiently rigorous and enlightening curriculum of courses that provides appropriate preparation to assume roles of contribution, responsibility, and leadership that advance our society. The faculty of Purdue University Northwest has evaluated the academic accomplishments of the candidates presented here today and have concluded that pending the completion of any final outstanding requirement, each of these candidates meets the criteria for receiving a Purdue University degree. Based on that conclusion, the faculty recommends to the Board of Trustees that appropriate degrees be conferred. We have assembled here to celebrate that conferral, and we are celebrating and congratulating our future, for indeed our students are our future. Thank you.
Professor Joy Colwell, Director of Graduate Studies, will present the candidates for the doctoral and master's degree.
Good morning. Will the candidates for the doctoral and master's degree please stand? These students have successfully fulfilled the requirements for the doctoral and master's degree. Each wears a hood recognizing his or her academic discipline and symbolizing the completion of that advanced degree. With approval of the faculty, they are now presented to receive their degrees.
Observing the respected customs of institutions of higher learning and exercising the authority of the trustees of Purdue University, legally vested by the people of the state of Indiana, and upon recommendation of the faculty, I now confer upon you who have fulfilled the requirements the doctoral and master's degree with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. I also solemnly place upon you those obligations which you must henceforth assume as holders of doctoral and master's degrees. As evidence of your ability to fulfill the requirements and obligations of the degree, you will now receive your diplomas.
Will candidate Marshal Mr. Roy Hamilton please escort the candidates for graduate degrees forward to receive their diplomas? As the candidates make their way to the stage, please note they will be crossing in a random order. For the doctoral hooding, I invite Dr. Saul Lerner and Provost Ralph Muller to the front of the stage. Ruth Savage Turpin. She is a distinguished history graduate student at Purdue University, fulfilling her PhD requirements with her fine dissertation, The Political Economy of Tobacco in the 17th Century English Atlantic. Ruth completed her Master of Arts degree at Purdue Northwest and continues to teach philosophy at this campus. We are honored to congratulate Ruth on her accomplishment. John Wesley Kelly. Stephanie M. Sullivan. Brogan L. Crosby. Elisa McAfee. Darius L. Brennan. Reginald Charles Georgia. Ya Gao. Oyanga Adamjao. Janbota Sanehan. Narantuya Shudoi. Jin Jin. Yao Sheng Wang. Yuhan Ma. Lei Liang. Ruifang Gao. Kimberly S. McDonald. Caitlin L. Golka. Madison A. Carpenter Walker. Sabrina May Tice. John T. Newcomb. Margaret S. Foster. Brianne R. Coleman. Anton Haddad. Terrence E. Spencer. Jingju Duang. Yilian Ji. Jun Yuan. Wei Zhang. Colette Graham. Tiffany A. Nichols. Nicole Christine Kiska. Daniel Thomas Green. Erin Marie Reardon. Beverly Van Drunen. Paula E. Moore. Kate Elizabeth Longoria. Molly Lynn Warren. Jessica L. Smith. Elizabeth L. Clark. Margaret Mary Musalami. Lisa M. McClelland. Sandra Carvajal. Joshua A. Harold. Stephen Lopez. Stephanie Baker. Rachel Claire Trotman. Timothy Ryan Krieg. Catherine M. Furlan. Andrew Morris. Ashley N. Bolt. John P. Fetsis. Edward Chahumsky. Xinyi Li. Yao Chen.
Congratulations, doctoral and master's degree candidates.
Dr. Ralph Muller, Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs and Provost, will now recognize distinguished undergraduate students.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with joy and privilege to provide special recognition to those individuals receiving baccalaureate degrees who have demonstrated outstanding scholastic achievement. The commencement booklet contains a statement of the basis upon which the status of distinction and highest distinction is determined. Candidates wearing black and gold cords symbolize this achievement. I invite the degree candidates who are graduating with highest distinction to please stand and remain standing. I also invite the degree candidates who are graduating with distinction to please stand and remain standing. On behalf of the Purdue trustees and the faculty of Purdue University Northwest, I congratulate you on your outstanding academic records. May you continue to be motivated by excellence and high standards in your quest to make positive contributions throughout your life. Congratulations. I now introduce Dean of the Honors College, John Rowan, who will recognize candidates of the Honors College.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to recognize the candidates from the Honors College, and I invite the Honors College candidates to please stand and remain standing. These students have fulfilled the graduation requirements of the Honors College, including completion of the academic curriculum and related coursework, substantive research in their areas of discipline, engagement in the local community, and leadership experience across a diverse range of disciplines. These students have received and are wearing the Honors College medallions on gold and black ribbons. And I invite the candidates to be seated.
At this time, I'm pleased to facilitate recognition of the individuals who have qualified to receive the Purdue University Northwest's Chancellor's Medallion. The Chancellor's Medallion is presented to the graduating students who have achieved the highest grade point average within each of the academic colleges of Purdue University Northwest. We would like to present each of those graduates to you at this time. And now invite Brianne Manley of the College of Business to please come to the stage. And I also invite Brianne's family members to stand and share in this recognition. Ladies and gentlemen, I now introduce Dean Jane Mutchler to present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees in the College of Business.
I am pleased and proud to present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees in the College of Business, and I invite the candidates to stand and remain standing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now introduce Dean Elaine Carey to present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees in the College of Humanities, Education, and Social Sciences.
Provost Mueller, I am pleased and proud to present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees in the College of Humanities, Education, and Social Sciences. I invite the candidates to stand and remain standing.
Before I present you for the formal awarding of degrees, I will charge each of you in my capacity as Purdue University Northwest's Chief Academic Officer. Today is commencement day. As the word commence indicates, this is a time of beginnings, not ends. A beginning of a journey to find your individual future. During the past few years, we have grown very fond and very proud of you. So I will convey my charge through three distinct observations about you. Our first observation, innovation, is about your past, about your eagerness and readiness to innovate. You arrived on campus a few short years ago, the very beginning of what then seemed so far away, Today, beginnings day. You came ready to learn about thinking, about listening, about speaking, and about doing. But also you were ready to explore others' points of view, others' ways of life, and others' explanation of what you had assumed were universal truths. All led to the one goal, the one we're here to mark and celebrate today, to begin your future. Along your path at PNW, you learn to grow, to become an innovator of what will become your own individual future. And this brings me to my second observation about you, impact. And it is about your future, about your maturity as learned citizens to impact others to bring about change. You prepared well for the day when you are ready to leave your mark. All the academic work is no good if ultimately it does not touch people. Children who need to be taught, patients who need your care, colleagues who need your advice, or neighbors who just need a little bit of help. With your dedication, with your drive to make the world a better place, you will make academic knowledge have an impact on our constituent communities. One child, one patient, one colleague, one neighbor at a time. So where then does your past, your eagerness to innovate, meet your future, your commitment to impact others? Well, they meet right here, in the present, at this very moment. And this then is our third and final observation about you. You continue to improve. While you were a student at Purdue University Northwest, I hope we opened some doors for you, doors into your future, for you to walk through and innovate and impact and improve. So here then is my simple charge to you. When you see those open doors, explore what lies beyond. Right now in the present, be innovative in choosing your own future. Have the courage to walk through one of those doors. Walk through and find yourselves. And it is okay too to turn around and walk back out and check out another door, another future. But ultimately, do walk through one of the open doors. And as you do, if you see someone else behind you who needs a little extra encouragement, a little extra help to walk through that door, make an impact by engaging them to join you. Guide them through that door towards your connected and collective journeys to continuously improve yourselves and the world around you. Innovate, impact, improve. 3 words that guide your future. They define this beginnings day, and they are my charge to you. Please know that we are proud of you. Please know that we are proud of those who made it all happen for you. But also know that you should be very proud of yourselves. You did it. I wish you well, I congratulate you, and I salute you. Chancellor Keon, these students have successfully fulfilled the requirements of undergraduate curricula in their respective colleges. Having gained approval for graduation by the college faculties, I now present them to you to award their degrees.
Observing the respected customs of institutions of higher learning and exercising the authority of the Board of Trustees of Purdue University, legally vested by the people of the state of Indiana and acting on behalf of the faculty of the institution, I now confer upon you who have fulfilled requirements the appropriate baccalaureate degree, with all rights, privileges appertaining thereto. I also solemnly place upon you those obligations which you must henceforth assume as holders of the degree. As evidence of your ability to fulfill the degree requirements and obligations of the degree, you will now receive your diplomas. Will each college marshal now escort the baccalaureate degree graduates forward to receive their diplomas? As the candidates make their way across the stage, please note they will be in random order. Graduates, please be seated until your row is called.
The graduates of the College of Business, escorted by candidate marshal, Ms. Anna Kent. Brianne E. Manley. Christopher Andrew Carco. Nicholas James Armour III. Kristen Roberta Setkowski. Amanda G. Cruza. Letitia D. Hines. Julie A. Turich. Amber L. Scollin. Melissa Cida Diaz. Yvonne Altiera Postelmans. Tiffany Monique Burns. Alyssa I. Suarez. Christina Rojano. Michaela McLean. Rachel A. Provo. Jessica Lynn Gillespie. David B. Dusing. Abigail Elizabeth Bondi. Shyla Renee Huppenthal. Terry Peter Bufus. Cody James Porter. Michelle Marie Kruger. Maria Lore Guillen Escalera. Lauren R. Medina. Mark Anthony Perez Jr. Andrew Morose. Roger C. Jackna III. Michael S. Rosserot. Jenna Ray Funes. Alexander T. Harbrecht. Thomas Edward Helton, Jr. Chad A. Stooksbury. Kyle J. Lowry. Monta Eckert. Jasenia Marlene Zendejas. Matthew Lewis Samka. Mervat Mansour. Amber A. Bukovic. Marco Antonio Mariscal. Joseph A. Sahalsik. Alyssa Robledo. Justin K. Ham. Menglu Guo. Jamila A. Musa. Ashley Bushnell. Cirelis Vasquez. Ana Cristina Aldape. April D. Vaccaro Bodner. Tanisha Martin. Diamond Kinsey. Ryan G. Depew. Catherine M. Curtin. Caitlin A. Barris. Caitlin Boonstra. Nicholas L. Whitney. Tatiana N. Lopez. Rabia Seifer. Alyssa Jeanette Fingston. Richard G. Irwin. Alexis Coronado. Kahei Carly Chui. Sarah A. Skaggs. Carla A. Shepard. Rachel Lenora Stewart. Dominique Lucian Drew. Derek R. Willard. Brian V. Rick. Gage A. Sabreski. Benjamin William Smithers. Lorena Alvarado. Yusuf A. O'Day. Cody E. Kinley. Lucas Schmidt. Frederick F. McGee II. Kylan Kemp. Catherine Wheeler. Gabrielle Louise Lineback. Benjamin Zweig. Song Yu Liu. Rui Shu. Hans Son. Hyun Jung Yoon. James Carlasare Jr. Joe Jackson Jr. Denise Zavala. Jessica I. Almanza. The graduates of the College of Business. the graduates of the College of Humanities, Education, and Social Sciences, escorted by Candidate Marshal Ms. Lana Billick. Amber Lynn Price, escorted by Allie. Kayla M. Corsiglia. Sarah Erin Allen. Celia V. Ramirez. Kaylee Marie Goodlink. Amanda Marie Areola. Alexander Dupree Williams, Jr. David M. Derengowski. Kelly Grace Rausch. Vanessa M. Serratos. Catherine Ann Harbin. Casey Lauren Lilly. Nolan Ludwig Bish. Jocelyn F. Byers. Nicholas A. Hedrick. Alex K. Burris. Rosalie Pilch. Taylor D. Feely. Maya M. Holden. Kaylin Janae Jenkins. Cheyenne A. Biffle. Gloria Price. Jessica A. Garcia. Cheyenne Lanice Lee. Jennifer T. Jackson. Michelle Marie Burke. Kathleen R. Cooper. Kira Ashley Marsden. Alessandra Elizabeth Acevedo. Laquan Wallace James. Dana N. Rosley. Shira K. Faulkner. Jorge L. Quiles Reyes. Ashlyn M. Harris. Amaris Jimenez. Sarah Yaritza Hernandez. Javier A. Garcia. Rachel C. Adams. Jessica Alexis Lozada. Samantha D. Lemus. Aaron A. McCollum. Ashley Marie Spraggins. Jacqueline A. Flores. Zoe Swinson. John R. Rendisick. Miguel A. Marquez Jr. Hillary Snyder. Magdalena Rosa Madrigal. Elizabeth Rose Cruz. Tara M. Sorensen. Zachary E. Boucher. Ryan Joseph Boyle. Stephanie Hamilton. Elizabeth Van Gorp. Laura Michelle Brown. Larissa I. Pearson. Ashley M. Halterman. Juanica K. Budlove. Tiffany T. Cole. Charita A. Adams. Akila Muhammad. Garrett Joseph Galino. Jamie L. Binkley. Jennifer Lynn Stockton. Dolores M. Delgado. Alexandra Lazares. Vanessa Lopez. Taylor Ryan O'Connor. Natalia Naomi Ohms. Carly Ann Fiegel. Dustin W. Pleward. Yasmin Owner. Brenda Avila Rosales. Daisy Cortez. Lupe Esmeralda Jauregui. Kirsten R. Marcusic. Jeffrey M. Phillips. Shayna Alexandria Wrigley. Bianca Elizabeth Cuellar. Gabriela Maria Planera. Mallory Kathleen Zahorsky. Bailey Anna Cospiel. Desiree Hardy. Casey Jean Gilson. Rebecca M. Richardson. Nicole Ray Perez. Kenneth L. Hill. Zachary A. Pazanin. Rwanda Catrice Crawford. Jacob Aguano. Tracy D. Campbell. Rocio Cuevas Carrera. Lynn V. Williams. Daria Nicole Arthur. Julio Casares IV. Shalini P. Kumar. And Alexis K. DeLuna. The graduates of the College of Humanities, Education, and Social Sciences.
To signify the completion of your degree requirements and receipt of your diploma, I now invite all graduates to move the tassels on their mortarboards to the left side.
Congratulations, you are now a graduate!
To officially welcome you to the Purdue alumni contingent of thousands, I invite Ms. Christine Rumba, Secretary of the Purdue Northwest Alumni Community, to the podium.
Congratulations, graduates, or should I say my fellow alumni. Your graduation day is not a conclusion, but a transition into the Purdue University Northwest alumni community. You are official graduates of Purdue Northwest. As graduates, you are now in a community with members that have paved the way in leading research, that are corporate executives, Emmy Award winners, state representatives, journalists, authors, judges, community leaders, and so much more. It has been my honor to give back to Purdue University Northwest as the secretary of the Purdue Northwest alumni community. Since I joined the board several years ago, I have had the opportunity to make a difference in the lives of my fellow alumni and current Purdue University Northwest students. Thurgood Marshall, the first African-American Supreme Court Justice, once stated, "None of us got to where we are solely by pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps. We got there because somebody, a parent, a teacher, an Ivy League crony, or a few nuns, bent down and helped us pick up our boots." Remember this as you reflect on your experience, the scholarship you may have received, the facilities your classes were held in, a special workshop you attended, and the faculty and staff members that made a difference in your experience. As Purdue University Northwest continues to evolve, remember, as alumni, you will help the university move forward. Stay connected to your alma mater and make a positive impact in your own unique way. Whether you give your time or talent, take an active role as a member of the alumni community. Helen Keller said it best, "Never bend your head, hold it high, look the world straight in the eye. You can face the future knowing you are not alone. You are part of something greater. You are alumni for life. You are Purdue University Northwest." Lastly, as each of you left the stage today, you were given a small token from the Purdue Northwest alumni community. Going forward, please wear this Purdue University Northwest alumni pin with pride. Now, class of 2017, go out there and make your mark upon the world. Welcome to the Purdue Northwest alumni community.
Thank you, Christine. Ladies and gentlemen, Daquan Williams, Student Government President, will now respond to the graduates on behalf of all Purdue Northwest students.
Good morning, Chancellor Keon, Trustee Malcolm D. Crager, Guest Speaker Robert Johnson III, Provost Ralph Mueller, Honored Vice Chancellors, distinguished faculty, staff, family, and friends, and most importantly, our graduates of the class of 2017. Today is the day. It's finally the day you've all been waiting for, graduation day. There's truly joy in my heart. My name is Daquan Williams, and I'm the current SGA president of Purdue University Northwest. I'm a junior majoring in communications from Gary, Indiana. But today isn't about me. It's about you. Today is a day when you find yourself recalling hard times from the past few years. Remember when you had to focus on preparing for that big assignment or test despite the tough challenges in your life? Sorrows facing your family or your friends, mounting bills, or even death of someone that you hold closely? Remember when you had to work 40 hours a week just to make ends meet with no idea how you're going to make it through college or not? But most importantly, do you remember when someone told you that you couldn't receive your degree? When they said that no one that previous to you and your family had ever accomplished it? Well, graduates, today is the day when all your doubts, troubles, and anxiety are finally put to rest. Graduates, today is also a day when you recall precious memories from your college experiences. Irreplaceable friends that you made in your classes and through involvement in student organizations here at Purdue University Northwest. Professors that pushed you in your ability to think critically, debate, write well, and advance in your career. Moments where you had friends and families by your side wishing you good luck and good fortune. I want you to think about every person who has made a positive impact in your life. Whether they're in the next life or still breathing, thank them for contributing to the wonderful and educated person that you are today. Now, Purdue graduates, I need you to do me a favor. I want you to take your prestigious Purdue degree back to your communities and make a difference in your neighborhoods. Make a difference for your younger siblings. Make a difference for future generations. And most importantly, make a difference for yourself. All of you have a special purpose in this world. Whether you are a nurse, an engineer, a technician, a business leader, or a teacher, you can make a difference. The difference starts with you. So I salute you all for your dedication and hard work in achieving your degrees. And I challenge you to be the change you want to see in your communities. This is only the beginning of your journey. Once again, congratulations to Purdue University Northwest graduating class of 2017.
Thank you, Daquan. Each year and each graduation ceremony, I have attempted to bring forth a graduate of the university to be a speaker for us. And it's been my hope that I would do this to encourage all of you to gain the level of achievement of these guest speakers. But Robert Johnson III is a little bit unique and special to me and special to Northwest Indiana. For those that know me well, you know that I spend a great deal of my time trying to encourage economic development in Northwest Indiana. Whether you're in Lake County, Porter County, or LaPorte County, We know that we need higher quality jobs for our graduates. I think that Northwest Indiana loses too many of our graduates to other states and some to other countries, and I would like to see more stay here. Robert provides a great example of someone who grew up here, got his education here, has created more than one business, and is now in a position where he hires many of the graduates of our institution. I would encourage all of you to truly innovate and to take that innovation and work on it and keep it in your heart, working diligently to bring it forward so that it can have the kind of impact that we would hope that it would have on Northwest Indiana. This can only happen with your desire for lifelong learning or continuous improvement of self. But as you're doing that, I know amongst you there must be 10 or 20 of you who have the ability and capability and skills to be able to create more high-quality businesses in Northwest Indiana. I urge you to do so going forward. Congratulations once again to the graduates. Congratulations once again to the graduates of Purdue University Northwest summer and fall classes, as well as their families. There will be an informal reception for graduates and guests immediately following the ceremony in Alumni Hall, located in the 3rd floor of the Student Union Library building across 173rd. I do hope you will attend. I ask that you remain seated for the recessional of the platform party and the faculty members. Ladies and gentlemen, the 3rd commencement exercise of Purdue University Northwest are concluded.